Lucas's best stages are Yoshi's and Smashville. Video is done. Like I told you already, you go to Yoshi's or Smashville. Don't go anywhere else. The video is done. I'll see y'all next time or another time after this. See y'all tomorrow. Nah, I'm playing, guys. I think Lucas's best stages are when his neutral is augmented by the stage. Not a stage that boosts advantage like with Mario Battlefield. Stop taking Mario to Battlefield. But a stage that helps you win neutral. Now to explain this, what you want is a stage where you can pressure from mid-range as well as close range. So with that being said, I'm gonna go through every stage and tell you guys which stage you should be picking with Lucas. So first, one of the best stages is Yoshi's. PK Fire when released takes about half of the stage, so when you're playing neutral, PK Fire should hit your opponent most of the time. Not only that, you have walls on the side of the stage so you can recover easier than, you know, having a stage with like just a ledge, because now you can hit the side of the wall and then mix your recovery up and do another PK Thunder. Now, one of the best things I like about the stage is that the blast zones on the sides are smaller, so that way you can kill easier with your moves, such as PK Fire, PK Freeze, forward air, back throw, forward throw. You can just kill so much easier on the stage just because of the blast zones being smaller than other stages. And another thing that actually gets on my nerves about other stages, Battlefield, that you can basically full hop magnet, but you can't full hop magnet on stages like Battlefield, which I'll talk about later. But you can full hop magnet and trick your opponent up and do like a forward air, PK Fire, or something like that. And so far what I have noticed is that this stage only has one downside, and that downside is that if you use DJC on the ledge, it will just clip your DJC and the Zare won't come out. But that's because of the slant that's there on the stage. But that's the only downside about the stage. So if they don't ban Yoshi's, go there, and remember, it depends on the character you're playing against, so don't blame me when you lose on Yoshi's. And I also need to have a message to myself when I watch this video again. Stop going to Battlefield. Stop it. You need to stop. Alright, now Smashville. Same thing as Yoshi's. Blast zones are smaller, same mix-ups with the platform, and the only downside that I can see is that there's no wall at the bottom, so you can't mix up your recovery like you can do with Yoshi's. But DJC also comes out on the ledge, so you know, you can think about your options when choosing Smashville or Yoshi's and think about which one benefits you more in that situation. Another thing about Yoshi's is that you can short hop and do up air, which is easier to catch people on the platform. So it may not have the small blast zones like Yoshi's, but it has some other cool perks for the stage if you decide to pick it. I would say if they ban Yoshi's, go to Smashville, and if they ban Smashville, go to Yoshi's. But if they ban both of them, pick one based off your previous match. Before I get into the next part, I have to talk about Patreon for a second. If you have $1 to spare, maybe $5, you know I'm sounding like a bum right now, but if you have anything to spare, support me on Patreon. It has tiers now, so check it out and I'll be grateful. Thank you. Alright, so the next two are on the same level, but let's start with Lilac. Now hear me out, this stage doesn't tilt anymore, plus you know how easy it is to catch people with Attack Chase with PK Freeze on these small platforms. You can also cover their landings in between the platforms with PK Freeze as well. The blast zones are on the stage are smaller than the normal ones, like 240, I think this one is 230. So you should be able to get kills early. Now the only thing bad about this stage is that on the ledge, if you use PK Fire, you'll get clipped by the stage. But I'm not sure if you want to be using PK Fire near the ledge anyway when you're in disadvantaged state. So now the next stage I'm going to talk about is Town and City. This stage is a little bit bigger, so it'll be hard to camp with PK Fire because you'll be very predictable and it'll be easier to avoid because the stage is bigger. A little history on the stage is that it used to be Lucas's best stage at Smash 4 because he primarily killed off the top. So he would use down throw, up air, and that will always usually kill off the top, and the blast zone was smaller in Smash 4. So that's just a little history for you guys. Anyway, the transformations don't mess up your neutral, so if this is a starter along with Smashville and they ban Smashville, go to Town and City, and if they ban both, worst case scenario, Go to Final Destination. But Final Destination, you have a whole stage to work with. You can use DJC, PK Fire without people trying to avoid it. You can edge guard fine, so nothing is wrong and nothing is in your way. But I don't know. I'd rather you go to Yoshi's or Smashville, or maybe Town or City. Now, I would say Kalos is on the same level as Final Destination. I would say try to go here if the character primarily kills off the top. Maybe like a Mario up smash or something like that. This stage is usually a counter pick stage, so I would really weigh your options if they ban Smashville or Yoshi's. And if they do something like ban Yoshi's and Smashville, then go to Town, Lylat, Final Destination, or Kalos. Think about the opponent you're facing and choose wisely. Also, Kalos has a wall too, so that can help you mix up your recovery as well. And it's a bigger stage, like I said, so you have to go in. But like I said before, it has a wall, so use it. Now we have Pokemon Stadium. It's an okay stage. You could do things as usual. You can do normal PK Fire, PK Freeze, anything you want to do. Normal Blast Zones, fairly normal size stage. Platforms are okay. You could Tech Chase and use PK Freeze, Tech Chase, PK Fire. But people are more likely to land on Lylat's platforms than this stage. On this stage, they have more room to like recover and get back on the floor and reset neutral. Alright, now let's talk about some stages that are sometimes on the list. WarioWare could have been a great stage for Lucas. You have very, very, very small blast zones. All you have to do is land a forward air or two, or a back throw, or a Zair, or anything, and it's just like, you're good. The whole stage is being covered by all your attacks. Now, Unova is just like Pokemon Stadium. It's the same thing, I guess. So I guess take them here if you're thinking about going Pokemon Stadium as well, or choose which one or the other. It doesn't really matter, I guess. And Yoshi's Melee is a better battlefield for Lucas, but let's get into Lucas's worst stage. Y'all already know what I'm about to talk about. And finally, we have the worst stage, Battlefield. Normal blast zone, so that's good. You can clip people with your up tilt on a platform, which is a rare occasion. Short hop up airs on the platforms, PK Freeze, Tech Chase. One thing I forgot to talk about for Pokemon Stadium is that you can wave bounce off the platforms, just like you could do on this stage. And you could also do that on Lylat as well. Now let's look at the negatives of the stage. You can only full hop magnet in the middle of the stage, so it limits your mix-ups. And it's very hard to do a full hop up air to catch people on the top platform. And one thing about the stage is that they can dodge PK Fire easier on this stage than other stages, because PK Fire is in a straight line and all they gotta do is go on the platforms to dodge it and go around it. And another thing about the stage is that most of the time I lost at a tournament was because of this stage. This stage has held me back a lot and it's been destroying me. So I don't know why I keep picking this stage. Like, why do you keep picking this stage? Let me message myself again. Why do you keep doing this? Like, why? Why you keep picking this stage? I keep telling you stop picking this stage, but you just keep doing it. Guys, if you need help with your neutral, check out my neutral video. It should help. Patreon in the description, Discord in the description. Question of the day: do you guys think Battlefield is Lucas's worst stage? Subscribe if you haven't, hit the notification bell, and guys, remember, it's the thought that counts. See you next time.